Hey, it's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News, back at you with what's happening in the world of boxing today. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your boy Jay Hardcore back in the building, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Sunday evening, man. And you know how we get down on Sunday evenings. We get the most advanced people in this boxing game to come up in here and talk with us, man. And the first one in the building is my brother right now, brother Marvin Matt Dow.
What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Hey, man, everything's cool, man. Just got from the gym, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my boy Muhammad, he fighting this weekend. Mojo, he fighting this weekend. So putting some touches on.
Oh, it's this weekend.
Yeah, the 24th.
Damn, I didn't think it was that soon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Putting the finishing touches on him.
Yeah,
huh?
just clean it up a little more,
All right, about to bring in another one of my guys, man. He has the top fighter in the world right now as we speak. He is the face of boxing, and this is one of his coaches, Coach Kenny Ellis, in the building. What up, Coach?
What's going on?
Man,
Yeah, what's up, Ken?
nice scene.
Ain't up, coolin'.
Well, man.
Yeah. Ain't nothing like going on, man. We just keep it simple. What you watching?
I was watching Clarissa Shields.
That's funny that you said that, man. The reason why is because it's something she said on Instagram this weekend, man. We're gonna talk about, man. She was with $1 million worth of game, and yeah. So we're definitely gonna wrap up talks about that. Well, I tell you, boy, your homie keep coming for you, Kenny.
Who's that?
Bill Haney. He done put something out today on you and Coach. I know you've seen it by now, right?
Listen. Rolly talked himself into an ass whipping. So they heard everybody say it. We even said he talked himself into an ass whipping. So now he's trying to put his son in that same position. But Rolly naturally talked his ass into the ass whipping. He's trying to do it to get the fight. And we ain't fighting him. I want to see him fight 2 more people before he fight Tank. Because once he fight Tank, he's gonna retire.
Ooh, so you might as well get some dough now. Yeah,
it's high risk that he won't win if he fights Miles Rank and he won't get the Tank fight. You know? So you got to talk himself into the fight, but he ain't gonna do it.
Yeah,
so now he ready to fight Ron Garcia.
Right.
First Tank wasn't fighting nobody, but he fighting Ron Garcia now. So Ron must be somebody.
Well, I like Ron.
And then, yeah, me too. And then
I like Ron, man.
Now Matias knocking at the door real hard. They act like they don't do that. Not fight Matias.
You would think that Jehovah's Witness was at their door.
You know, they holler, don't nobody know Matias. The whole boxing community knows Matias.
Like, don't answer that door.
You know?
Oh,
but
man,
it's all good though. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay for them to speak their opinion, but when somebody else speak their opinion, they get upset about it.
Get all soft tissue. Sometimes.
That's because they're not the lead team. They ain't the lead team, man.
My prediction, they're gonna pull out of that Ryan fight because they know.
Wow.
I guarantee you they won't fight in April.
Wow.
They ain't gonna fight. It's gonna be some bullshit.
That's a bold statement, Kenny.
They ain't gonna fight. It's gonna come up with somebody. He got an injury or some shit. Watch.
Yeah, Ron is a dangerous fight for him, man. Believe it or not.
They know it. They're not gonna fight in April. I guarantee you they don't fight in April.
That wouldn't look good at all, man.
And when they don't fight, replay this podcast right here.
Oh, you know I'm recording it for sure. You know that. Yeah, because they done come out with, came out with something called Yo and Dummy.
It's all good.
Yeah, he gonna call you and Coach Calvin yo and call you dummy. And they even came out with a new joint.
I'd rather be either one of them than a motherfucking pimp. A lady. I take that. He had a lot of women scared over the years, but he ain't gonna scare no grown ass man.
Ooh, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more is in the building. What's up, Bruce?
What's up, fam? How we doing tonight?
We all love, man. All love, all love.
See, he making it hard for his son, man, because you know his son got to do all the work. You know, he doing all that talking and stuff, man. That's not good.
Exactly.
I don't like people to talk, man. You know, he talking up his son to really get hurt, and he gonna get hurt along with him. He just got to watch what he say, man, because he ain't built like that.
Look, hey, you know we can get somebody on here that did the bit with his ass to tell you how he stayed in that motherfucking cell.
Oh no! Don't do that, Kenny.
I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that, Kenny.
I ain't gonna do that. They came on here before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they came on here right when you was on 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning.
And look, he came on his own, you know?
Yeah, he did. He did. Because it seemed like everywhere you go, he show up.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the dude that did the bit with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came on our podcast one day.
So you said he said old Trill stayed in the cell?
Yeah.
They call them cell mouses.
No, they call them buttercups.
Oh. Oh, y'all the worst. Oh, this gonna be a something show tonight already.
So his new nickname is House Mouse. His ass ain't come outside.
That's what we call them. Cell mouses, man, when they don't come out the house, man. Yes, indeed. Shower back to the room. Some of them shower is sick and afraid to go to the shower. Oh man, yeah, man, I got
mad because he can't get the fight with Tank. Shit, ain't my fault. You owe niggas money.
I'm saying sometimes you can talk yourself out of it, man.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to make it interesting. Y'all ain't holding back no punches. See, I love about the older fellas, man.
Tank will be out if you fight him or not.
Yeah, but you know how it goes. Oh, he ducked him, this, that, and the third. Hey, the man ate himself through goddamn division. He looked like he done ate himself through already too, man.
Hey man, your mic is acting up, man.
Is that?
Yeah, it's boinging on us. I'm trying to share this so I can get it on YouTube and Facebook. So just one more thing, so I can make it public for the for my millions and millions of fans out there.
Wow, you got millions of them.
Hey man, we can all.
Does that sound better, y'all?
No, you're still like it's got a twang to it. Wow, like a robot kind of sound. Let's not have any technical problems tonight, bro. We've ruined our last show with all this bullshit.
Yeah. I wasn't finished last week.
Well, I tell you, things get worse when I get on my phone, so just me know that things get worse. How that said, am I sounding any better than that?
Okay, there we go. Public on Facebook, public on YouTube. Now they can all see us and hear all our multiple years of wisdom all accumulated on this Sunday night boxing talk.
Yes, indeed. Is my mic better now, y'all? Is my mic
No. No.
Hold on a second, man. I'm gonna read a couple minutes.
You got to do something, brother.
we can't have like last week, man. Man, I just came out the gym, man.
Oh yeah?
On a Sunday, yeah, man, getting this kid ready for next week. For next weekend, for Saturday.
Okay, that's what's
Yeah,
up. Sometimes
yeah,
you gotta
man.
get it in, man.
Yeah, for real, man. You know, like shoot, been doing it every day this week, man.
That's what's up.
Am I better, fellas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up?
We got
yeah.
Bernard Hackett in the building. What's up, my guy?
How's everybody doing? Once again, glad to be here with these good men.
Good.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you?
Good. How about yourself?
All right.
No
Salute, my
complaints, brother. No complaints.
I'm gonna play this right here, fellas, real quick. I want y'all to listen to this real quick, okay? Hold on 1 second. Hopefully I get it right. Hold on 1 second. Present. Share screen. Right here. Share. Oh boy, that might not be it. Let's go back. All righty. What is that? Okay. Present video. There we go. All right. It's just audio. This is just audio. Listen. And it's still not playing. It's saying that this video, that's all right. We're going to play my phone. I ain't in the problems. Only solutions. Hold on 1 second. Let me start it over. This is Clarissa Shield.
I don't understand it. It's like I train 2-3 times a day. I show up on time for my coaches and my trainers. I'm constantly on the phone with them. I'm constantly on my weights, my food. These boxing guys telling their coaches what they is and what they ain't gonna do. Coach tell them, oh, you gotta go run 3 miles. I'm only gonna run 1. Coach tell you gotta be at the gym at 5 o'clock. Showing up at 7. Like it's like these guys. Like these coaches are scared of getting fired because if they don't listen to these fighters. This is going on through a lot of boxers. And it's like, since when did we have a world? I didn't come up like that. Like even though I'm the fighter and I pay my coaches, it's like my coaches bring value to my camp. Right. They're my extra eyes when I'm in there. Right. Win, lose, or draw, when I'm to the locker room, you know what I'm saying? So so that's what Ryan needs.
A lot of times, with most boxers, the coach that they got now is the coach they had from a kid. So you was young, you was 15, you was 17, sometimes it'd be 9. So a lot of times, that coach was more than just a coach.
Yeah, like
the
a father.
nigga was like a father figure to you because you spent more time with this nigga than you did your real dad. Because you go to the gym, you go to school, you go to the gym after school. You in there every day with him. 2-3 hours, y'all talk, y'all bust it up. You go home, you might see your dad for an hour. Hey, what's up, Dad? You go to bed, you sleep, you back to school, back to the gym. You coach, what time we at? So then you get money. And then
It is, man. She right? Is she wrong? What
Well,
I got?
she's right, but see, too, is that a lot of times they don't end up with the coach that they started out with. So, you know, like she can say all that. She's not with the coach that she started out with.
I couldn't hear it clear.
Okay, basically what she was saying is that coach
You low, Jay.
is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear that.
Okay. Basically what she was saying is that the coaches and the athletes are not the same. The athletes now, they telling their coaches what they going to do, what they ain't going to do. The coach tell them, hey, I need you to run 3 miles. He'll say, oh, I'm just running 1. They sucking up to the fighters now because they got money and they don't want to get fired and things of that nature. She's just saying that it ain't no respect between the athletes and the trainers no more.
Well, I don't go through that. You know, you gotta listen to me. If you don't want to listen to me, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't play like that, you know,
They got
because the information that they got from me is what put them where they at. You know, if you don't want to listen to me, no, I ain't gonna bag you to give you the great information that you need. So, you know, if you want, you know, if you want to go somewhere else and do what you want to do, go ahead. You know.
Anybody else want to chime in?
That's the way I am.
Well, I don't think she said anything wrong as far as what she said about, you know, the respect level and you know, moving on from coaching and things like that. I'm gonna tell you where I put the real issue at. It's not with what, I don't have any issue with what she said. I don't have any issue with any fighter who does what she said. Where I put the issue at is Marvin, Kenny, myself, Calvin, a lot of other coaches. We know each other, and a kid comes to me that was one coach.
Hello.
If a kid comes to me up,
Hey, guys. I got Leon Muhammad on here. Is it okay if he jumps into the conversation?
He's 50 years over.
50 years old. He's 80 years old, man. Leon is one of the greats in boxing I got on here, brother.
Oh, yeah. Bring him in. Bring him in.
Hey, Leon, say hi to these guys.
All right, gentlemen, how y'all doing?
I know Leon. I know Leon Muhammad.
Hey, Leon, let me introduce these guys to you, man. I got Coach Kenny Ellison here, man. I got Marvin McDowell in here. I got Bernard Hackett in here, and I got my brother Jay from Hardcore Boxing, man.
You got Bernard Hopkins in here?
No, Bernard Hackett.
Oh.
Hey.
Not the same excitement.
Hey, you guys want to get a couple of questions in with Leon while he's here, man?
Yeah, I guess the first question I would ask, man, when you was coming up, man, how was the respect factor for you and your trainer?
Well, when I was around, all the great people was around Ray Arcell, Freddie Brown, Cam Robinson, Angela Dunny, Richard Giorgetti. There's no good trainer today in my 56 years of service. These trainers today, in my opinion, don't know a left hook from a pitch hook.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
It's never personal. It's always business.
Yeah. Hey, Leon, you remember me, man?
No, what's it, man?
Remember me, Marvin McDowell, Al Howard?
Who?
From Baltimore, Marvin McDowell. You know, remember Al Howard?
Al Howard, Marvin McDowell, and Donnie Barker.
Yeah. From Baltimore.
Leon knows everybody.
Al Howard was from Ramsey Street in North Baltimore by the old train station. I remember Al Howard used to come to Nelson 12 Garden with the late Bobby Smith.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, I haven't heard about Marvin McDowell in years. Last time I heard
Yeah, this Marvin McDowell right here.
Marvin right there. That's Marvin.
Hey, Cap, how are you, Marvin?
Hey, how you doing, man?
How you doing, Cap?
Yeah, it's doing good, man. Doing good.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, Leon knows everybody in the game of boxing, bro. He goes back to the '60s. You know, today is the day that Pernell Whitaker beat Greg Howden for his first title, the IBF title. Leon, you at that fight, brother?
Yeah, I was with Duba at the time. I was doing business with Lil Duba. It's probably no George Simmons from Philadelphia. I can't believe you got my man Marvin McDowell on there.
got some OGs on here tonight, bro.
Marvin McDowell, Marvin I go way back to the days of Step Forward, more than 40 years ago, you know,
Yeah.
Wow.
and a long time ago.
Wow. Yeah, we got Coach Kenny in here, the trainer of Javante Tank Davis. We got Bernard Hackett in here, the father and trainer for Jaleel Hackett. So yeah, man, we got some talent in here, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. You know, and the OGs, all the OGs from BMO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Well, I listen here. I appreciate you blessing us, man, and coming through here, man, and rapping with us the most, man. Let me ask you a question.
I've been trying to get in touch with you. I checked J.D. Brown and told him to send me you better get a number on you. I take J.D. Brown the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, JD Brown, my man too, man.
I love seeing that.
Tank Davis, is the old man Tank Davis still around?
No, he gone. He passed away.
Mother, what was the guy name used to do shows down there? His last name was James or something. Him and Tank was partners. Him and Tank Davis. He was a fireman.
You mean Tank Hill? You mean Tank Hill, not Tank Davis. Tank Hill. No, Tank Hill is still living.
Is the champ still around?
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah, Vincent's still around.
He's still around. All the old talent. All the guys.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, listen here, man. We definitely appreciate you coming through, man, and blessing us, brother, for sure.
Yes, man. That's my man. Bruce is my guy.
Okay. Bruce is our guy too, man. We appreciate him, man.
Hey, you got to have a white guy in here, you know.
So Coach Kenny, what's coming up with your man?
What you say, Coach Kenny?
I can't hear him.
What did he say? I didn't hear.
Coach Kenny, what's coming up with your man?
Oh, we're working on a date. In the next couple of weeks, we should have a date.
Okay.
Who you guys looking at?
Anybody that's willing to step up and not price themselves out.
Well, you know how that goes.
Hey, Bruce, send him the link if he wants to come in on the link. We'll do it that way. Okay?
You can get down. All the major networks is gone. All the old players is gone.
We'll get
the back, and he took the bankroll with him.
Yeah.
I'll get Leon a link soon, but see, Leon's still in the dock. He doesn't even have a laptop yet. I just have a phone hookup going on with him. But hey, Leon, I'll talk to you tomorrow, my brother. Okay?
All right.
He just hung up, man. Yeah.
I talk to Leon Mohammed 2-3 times a week, man. And, I mean, you know, sometimes short and sweet, but sometimes we drag it on for hours. I just listen to this guy. And this is the guy, he was in the dressing room with Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Tim Witherspoon, all the guys we talked about. Man. This is the guy who lived the life with him, man. This is the guy who used to make sure.
I met him about maybe, about 25 years ago or more. You know, him and this guy that used to train me named Al Howard. They were good, and you know, he was going all around, man. You know, he's come down Baltimore, and I just talk with him. You know, he just work with him and stuff. Just bring guys down there to fight and everything. You know,
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, he's
I met a lot of them guys, man.
a high-ranking Muslim, devoted over 50 years of his life to boxing. I mean, that guy's just a fountain of information. He can tell you about the Spinks brothers when they were fighting. You know, when they get their titles. Dwight Mohammed Kwawi stories, James Scott, the prison stories. I mean, I listen to this guy and I'm like a sponge. I just take it all in. And you know, one of my missions is to get him a fucking laptop so we can get on shows like this and he can participate. It's tough doing it on the phone, you know, when you got four cats in the flesh over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we appreciate you bringing him in, man, for sure. And he was definitely happy to see you, Marvin McDowell. So that's what's up, man. For sure, man. But yeah, getting back to the topic, man, it just seems like these days, man, these boxers, man, they just too spoiled to me. I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? I just think they too spoiled, man. What do you?
Well, the ones that come up with the old school trainers, man, they give them that right information, and a lot of them, you know.
Hold on one second. Hey, Bernard, is something coming from yours? So when you ready to talk, unmute. There you go. Thanks. Go ahead, Marvin.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the guys, man. You know, they don't. You know, it's just things change, man. You know, you can raise a pup up, man, and then all of a sudden somebody else get in their ear, and all that work that you put in, man, somebody else will benefit from it.
A lot of that, man, the internet opened up to the world, and these fighters falling in love with other fighters, and I want to go spar with him. All that bullshit. Still stand where you can protect something. You know what I'm saying? They go to all these gyms and they don't stay long enough to perfect anything. If they sit still where they're supposed to be, they'll perfect something, you know?
Right. Yep. Everybody want to jump the gun. You know, somebody win a championship, you know, in the gym, everybody flocking over there thinking they're going to be the next one and don't want to put the work in like the guy that got it. You know, everybody think it's the crystal ball that they're going to be up next, you know, without the work.
They think it's going to fall in their lap.
Yeah, they got to work for it, man, you know.
And it seems like they don't leave until they lose.
Right, that's part of it too. That's part of it. That's a big role, you know.
But no, go ahead,
I think a bigger piece of it that I think gets missed to the side or placed to the side is that we all watch football, we all watch baseball, we all watch basketball. And if you look at those coaches and if you look at our coaches in boxing, we don't have that fraternity of coaches like they do in other sports. You know, if a guy has a problem in basketball or baseball or football and he's an issue in the locker room, it gets around the league that he's an issue in the locker room. And he's out the league. But when it comes to boxing, if I use Coach Kenny, that's my guy. I know if Coach Kenny said, "Hey, I want to send Mia down there with you for a month because I like how you do a particular thing." After that month is over, Mia got to go back home. She can't say, "Hey, I like doing what I did with you, so I'm gonna come down here and you're gonna be my new coach." I'm telling her myself, go talk to Coach Kenny. And then when you with Coach Kenny, you have Coach Kenny give you the blessing for you to come down here. Because if he don't, my relationship with him has a larger value than my relationship with you. Right. I don't know who said it, but they said a long time ago, 20 years from now, you'll see the same coaches and managers, but you'll see other fighters.
Other fighters.
Right.
And that's the part that we lose. And when kids know that they can do that, then they do it. I mean, I can't blame the kid. All of us got children. if we know if the kids know that mama gonna say you gotta be in at 8, they're not gonna go ask mama can they stay after 10. They're gonna say, hey dad, can I go out with my friends? We'll be in by 10. I mean, so it's the same with this.
Well, check this out. Listen to this story. Now, one day, Kenny, you know, when Tank was a little kid, he got mad with them there, and he came up to my gym. Man, I ain't going down there no more. This and that, right? So you know what I did? I said, come on, son, come with me. I put him in my car, took him down up there, looked for Coach, and said, hey, look, man, I don't know what the hell's going on with y'all. I said, but if he's a problem for you, he'll be a problem for me. Take care of your problem.
I had a pro come to me from Adrian Davis, man, and I made him call Adrian Davis on the phone while he was standing there.
Yeah,
that's what coaches when they grown men and they professional fighters, you gotta call it where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of times when they kids, they controlling them.
Well, I took Tank right back to
that
Cal.
situation was different. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what should be done, because it's honor, man. That's honor and respect, man. This is right what we got right here, man. It's a small community. Boxing community is small as hell, man.
Yeah.
So you know,
somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's why what happens in sparring, they had to say what happens in sparring, stay in sparring, because the community's so small, man. It's so small. We'll hear everything, man. Simple
the cameras and shit change that. You know?
Oh yeah. That's why Floyd used to make everybody put their phone in a bag before they came in the gym.
Yeah.
You know,
and I don't think that I don't think cameras controlled or made all that messed up, because I got old videos of a lot of pro sparring that I got from years later from guys.
Yeah.
You got too many guys who came into this sport with bad intentions and no integrity.
Yeah.
You know, this is a sport where you can just about show up at the YMCA. You say you're willing to volunteer and they'll do something. You know, but when you look at coaches like Coach Kenny, Coach Marvin, I know both of them. They have a background, they have a track record, a legacy. And if those guys have never shared videos of sparring, you don't mind going to his gym and you know he got cameras in his gym, watching his gym and watching ring. But when you get to the point now, we had a time now when guys talking about they gonna leak a conversation. If me and Kenny had a conversation, I called him, he called me, we had a conversation in front of each other. I'm not recording my conversation with Kenny to say I'm show it to the world later on. But that's once again, that's the nature in which the person, that has nothing to do with the sport. That's the person. He came into this sport. This sport was already here before he got here. So if that type of behavior wasn't here, he brought that with him. And what makes it bad is when guys look at him like Coach Marvin said, he won a title. Now we excuse his behavior. You don't excuse his behavior because he won a title. If there's a set of standards that we live by, we got to hold everybody to those standards.
Okay, and Calista Shields was saying that, you know, when they become champion like that, man, and the coaches and the trainers, you know, let them get away with so much stuff because they're afraid to lose them. What do y'all think? What's up, Banky Pam? What's up, Banky?
What's happening, fellas? What's up? What's up? I was trying to get in on my computer, man, but the joint kept telling me the passcode, so I went in on the phone, right? So yeah, I'm in here though. I'm just trying to pick up on what y'all putting down.
We talking about trainers and boxers, man. How, you know, Clarissa
Shields talking about loyalty.
Basically, basically.
Yeah, I came in on the back end, but I just heard what the brother said right there. about the recording and leaking conversations, all that. Where I come from, that's called the police. You the police, you the police, man. I ain't recording no conversations, man. Conversations supposed to be between two men, man. That's supposed to be between y'all. So yeah, that comes down to integrity, man. A man gonna be a man, and a rat gonna be a rat. What I talk to you about in confidence, that's will always be between me and you. So I don't understand that part of the game either, right? But it is what it is, man. You just gotta know everybody ain't who they say they is.
Yeah, and everybody trying to be somebody.
Absolutely.
They ain't no damn body.
Wow. Hey, Bernard, Thomas Hill said, Jay, can you get Bernard to finish his point off about the things Clarissa was saying?
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure that we understood. Like, I didn't find Clarissa to say anything wrong, but I also don't find it to be where when the fighters do that they're wrong. The wrong comes from when we as coaches don't send them kids back where they came from. There's no amount of money that should break your integrity. If Kenny, like I said, Kenny sent his kid to me, send any kid to me to learn one thing or learn something. That kid, I hope he fall in love with what we did and enjoyed himself while he was there. But it's up to us as coaches to send him back. I don't care if he's a 9-year-old or if he's a world champion rated guy. If you want to leave, you can leave. But like you said, most people don't want to leave till after the loss. So if you come to me after the loss, then I'm gonna make sure that me and that coach that you were with, that we have a rapport to where I call him and say, hey, you want to come down here with me? If you got a problem with it, I'm sending him back to you. And he can go wherever he want after that. He just can't come to me. If that's the type of thing that's going around, that problem doesn't exist. Clarissa was right. But once again, the problem comes from the coach who accepts the kid. Send him back. Or at least have the respect or decency to call Coach Kenny, Coach Marvin, or whoever, and say, hey, man, this kid want to train with me. He right here. Can we come sit and talk to you? Because I want to make sure that we feel good after this is over.
What about when you tell them to go run 3 and they say, nah, I'm just gonna do 1?
He ain't gonna stay with me. I tell my Coach Kenny know my son, and he know how I do him. I do not run a democracy. This is a dictatorship.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I do not run a democracy. So we're not going to agree on your mouth. I'm going to tell you because on fight night, you love getting your hand raised. And it's because of what I did to get you there. So if you want me to take the blame, then you got to take this harsh part for the 8-12 weeks that we do this. Because you're not going to look at me and say you cut corners, but you want me to take the blame and say I did something wrong. And that's why you lost your title. Nah, we're not doing that. I've been telling my kids since they were 5 years old. You might embarrass yourself in public, but you will never embarrass me.
If you let them tell you what to do, then they might well coach themselves.
Hey, remember back in the 80s, on any given day, you could see fighters running on any part of town.
Yeah.
You don't see that no more.
Nah. Now they on treadmills and everything.
They had trainers that were respected. We're still respecting them today. I mean, shit, the guys like Eddie Clutch.
You can see fighters running everywhere, man, but you don't see fighters nowhere running.
Nah, hey man, you gotta pay your dues. You lose your fucking wind in the 7th, 8th round, and you gotta get 12 rounds. You're gonna wish you fucking ran.
You gotta get to the 7th, 8th round first.
Uncle Dre's finest. How you doing, Uncle Dre?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I don't know. It's not hooked up to my Bluetooth and I'm driving. I really can't mess with it. How you brothers doing, man?
We okay.
Sorry being late. I'm on my way to work.
Okay, all right. You got a lot going on over there, man.
I wish it was hooked up to my Bluetooth so I can hear you loud and clear. I can barely hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you'll try to talk louder.
Huh?
Hey, put your hearing aid on. We'll call you back.
couldn't hear you. I know you said something funny because you laughed.
You know I did.
I know you said some bullshit.
All right, man. All right, y'all. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. It's a big deal. What do you think about that, Kenny? You tell him to go run 3 miles, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna do 1 mile." How you deal with that?
Listen, all you can do is remind them if their hands don't go up.
Okay, you shortening yourself basically then.
Yeah.
Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
Yeah, but I tell them I can do everything up for you in the gym. I can't run for you. I can't take the punches for you.
That's it.
What I can do, I can stop it. I can stop the fight when you ain't doing right.
Hey, you know what? This is a good thing to ask you all. Remember when Sean Porter was fighting Crawford, right? How many of y'all feel though that his father should have stopped that?
Nah.
Kenny said nah.
He was all right.
Yeah, I think he was okay too.
Yeah, I think he was all right too. He a tough dude, man, but I do feel like he would have got stopped. He would have got stopped. He might have got stopped. He might not, because he don't weather a whole lot of storms. And
Yeah, but
I think his father was looking at it from an aspect like he know him better than anybody else, right? He might have seen something that we didn't see. But from our eyesight, I felt like he would have kept fighting, though. He was frustrated more than he was hurt.
Right. He was beating on that floor.
Yeah, he was frustrated more than he was hurt.
Them punches on the floor should have went on Crawford.
Yeah.
Son get hit like he never got hit before. I think he overreacted. The fight was very, very close, and that's why sometimes father and son combinations don't always work out well in boxing.
And sometimes they do.
For everyone who tell me they did, I can tell you some great ones didn't.
Well, we got one in here that's working so far.
Huh?
I said we got one in here that's working so far. We got Jaleel and Bernard.
Man, you got two. Me and Kenny working excellent together. My thing is this. I just don't. I think a lot of times you get a father-son situation, or a coach fighter happens to be a parent and a child. They want to hold them to a different standard. Hold me to the same. If Coach Kenny got 10 fighters in the gym and he got 10 fighters winning, there's no he got 9 fighters winning and he got his daughter winning. It's he got 10 fighters winning. The standard doesn't change. But when it's a father, son, or a daughter, father, they wanna move the goalposts. You can't do that. If we did good, I've been with Coach Kenny a while. I've never seen Coach Kenny's daughter say, "Hey, Dad," in the ring. She said, "Coach," like everybody else. My son don't call me dad at the gym. It's coach, like everybody else. If we made that separation and our kids don't slip and call us that, then why does everybody else want to move the goalposts? If I got 10 good fighters, I got 10 good fighters, and one of them just happens to be my kid. If I got 9 horrible fighters and one of them is my kid, he's just one of the 9 horrible fighters. Don't change the goalposts.
Well, see, brother, you have the proper idea. There are fighters throughout history like Jerry Quarry, his father, who drove him to fucking fighting when his mother didn't want him to fight. Guys like Wilfred Benitez, his father Gregorio. I mean, we could go on and on. Fighters' fathers who gambled away their son's money. Fighters' fathers who put him in fucking bad matches. I mean, it's been premature stoppages in fights. It's been prevalent in our industry. So when you can find a father and son combination, father and daughter, that gets along in boxing, it's a rare thing. It's a beautiful thing, but it is definitely, in my opinion, it's a rare thing.
Yeah, because a lot of times the father want to see their self in their kid, and sometimes the father want the kid to get something more than what they had.
Living vicariously through them.
And that's a good point. I love what the brothers are saying, but like he just said, the father that gambled the money away, the father that stole the money, that did all these things. For every father that you give me that did one of those bad things, I could give you 5 managers who did the same thing, but he's still managing. What's the difference?
Exactly.
One manager robbed 10 fighters, and you want to just put the eyeglasses on the one father that did it, but the 10
Yeah, but
fathers
blood is thicker than water, bro. You know?
Yeah, but when we
Wait,
turn
hold up.
to the business,
I hear that all the time, right? Blood thicker than water, but you need both to live, right?
Yeah, bro. Water is all I drink, man.
Need both to live.
Blood ain't thicker than blood.
Hey, I got a question.
What up?
Who is the best? Who would y'all, in y'all opinion, each one of y'all opinion, was the best father-son duo in history of boxing?
Ooh,
man.
Wow, let's think about that.
Most successful and the best.
I'm gonna have to put Trinidad and Floyd. They gotta be in the top 5.
Well, Sugar Shane Murphy, father trained too.
Yeah, but didn't they break up at the end though?
Yeah, they broke up.
Yeah, well, it was over. That's why they broke up.
Yeah, they broke. They might. We talk about, you know. I'm saying in the terms of they started with their pops. You know, a lot of people started with their pops and then moved on. You know, but you know the pops got it. He the one who got it popping. You know.
No, but when Sugar Shane's career was over, that's when they broke up. And his career was over when he was getting his ass whipped, man. You know,
I think Roy Jones and his dad did.
Hey, look, I who said that? Coach Kenny.
Yeah,
that's who was on. That's the one that was on my mind.
They did.
Hey, you know, one of my favorite. We're talking about fighters who fought and their sons, and I wish his sons had been more successful in the game. Is Joe Frazier, because I was at ringside when his son Joe Frazier Jr. fought Vinny Pazienza at the Providence Civic Center, and man, I mean, you know, Joe Frazier, his heart, you could see Joe Frazier was just so, he was proud of his son, and he was so much compassion. You know, he stopped the fight because this was when Paz was a hometown hero, undefeated fucking lightweight. But and Joe Frazier Jr. was pretty good. He was a pretty good lightweight out of Philadelphia at the time. He got beat by Mike Mungin. You guys remember Mike Machine Gun Mungin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, Joe and his son, and plus is his son fucking Marvis Frazier too, man. Everybody loved Marvis Frazier. Marvis, he was not the elite pro that his dad was. But there's been a lot of them. I mean, look at remember the story on CBS, Ray Boom Mancini winning the title for his father?
Yeah.
Fighting the war. There's been a lot of them, and they're heartwarming. And you know, and that goes back to what I said originally, man. Blood is thicker than water. You know, it's just so fucking, dude. I mean, dude, I don't love anybody like I love my blood family. I'd die for them like that. You know, you guys I'd die for too, but I'd have to have a few puffs and a few drinks first, maybe. You know.
I think right now it's probably more father-son duos in boxing than it's ever been in the history of boxing.
Why that? Why do you think that is?
I think because, man, a lot of times, you know, it might be for real. It just might be evolution, man. Because if you really look at sports, some of the most successful people in every sport, in every sport you could think of, they've been self-taught by their parents, man. If you go to tennis, the best ones was Venus and Serena. They had their father. You go to football, you got the Mannings, you know, their father played in the league. You go to basketball, you got Kobe. You know, you go to boxing, you got Floyd and his daddy. I think it's a trend, you know, it's something that, you know, people been doing a lot, like mostly in Hollywood and stuff like that. But I think now that trend has picked up and is moving over into sports, man. You know, things that you don't accomplish in your life, and you know the time to pass by you, you have the opportunity to get that to your kids because you have that knowledge. You know, and
we got one in front of our face right now, bro. We got Bill Haney and Devin Haney. What's your
You got
opinion?
Bill Haney, Devin Haney. You got
Yeah.
Benavidez. You got Teofimo Lopez. You
Right.
got a lot of them, man. You got
Yeah, you think there's so much money in boxing that the fathers realize they don't have to have a real job. They can work with their sons and fucking and hang with them. You think that might be a reason too? Because
that
players.
could be a motivating factor, but you know,
Well,
I would agree with that
knows?
one.
You know how much money they didn't make all that time before they got, started making money though?
Yeah, we got to speak on that. When you talk about these father-son combinations, I'm gonna say this from me. My son been boxing and traveling since he was 7 years old. My son turned pro 17, 18 years old. I always laugh when people say that. Me and my wife, we footed the bill. We was the original manager. We was the original promoter. We was everything. And when you look at how much your parents spend, if you take one kid to the Nationals, take them out of the country, do any of that stuff in a calendar year, you might be spending 20% of your family's budget. And if you're not millionaires, then that's a major piece of what the family. How many times do families go on vacation and the vacation is somewhere where it's a tournament at because one kid might box and you're helping the one kid? You got other children in the house. I think sometimes people get that confused. Most of these young boxers, they don't come from single kid households. They got multiple siblings. So what is it? Everybody is invested in helping you see your dream come true. See,
Yeah.
the thing that get me, we always bring this father-son combination up 99% of the times when it got something to do with an American father-son combination or black father-son combination. The Spanish fighters, they believe it's not a father-son combination, it's a family combination.
Whole
They
family.
doing the whole family. So when they don't look at it like they try to make us look at it, when one person win, that one person won because he was talented. I love them Spanish people because when they win, the whole family wins.
That's
But
how it's supposed to be, though. I think it's supposed to be like that. It ain't no different than people footing the bill for their kids and putting them through college, and then they get an education and they come back and they repay their parents because somebody's footing that bill when they're young. They ain't going to all the tournaments and getting in the sport and getting the gear and all. Somebody paying for that. So I would never look at it like that, like they in it for the money, because they have invested the most important commodity on earth in their child, which is called time.
Yeah. And when you look at it, these kids been 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You don't see no Coach Kenny, Coach Marvin. When did y'all really look at a kid? Well, how old is the average kid? You look at him and say that kid could make some money. 14, 15 years old?
Man, shit.
I never think they can make no money.
I take them to those tournaments. Whoever rises to the top, rise to the top. It ain't never money on my mind. I just want to get them to win, you know.
Right.
When you do, it's just when you do things right, money come with it, you know.
We not training to get rich. We're training to get this kid to enjoy a sport, make it through high school, and live. You interviewed my son. I want him to play football.
Save them from them streets while they going through that peer pressure age.
Right.
By the time they get into boxing, they should be mature enough to know right and wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. That's
And like
what it's about.
when I asked them to that question, it wasn't to say that any of us look at money, but when do you, if the kid been with you since he was 7 and you didn't see the potential to make money till he was 16, you've been with that kid almost 10 years. So you didn't do it for money, because for 10 years you've been spending on a kid that didn't win every single tournament, didn't win every single fight, but you still was looking out for that kid, or you still was taking your son to these tournaments because they love the sport, not because there was no money coming.
Some of them never won a tournament, but you still take them.
Boxing gives these kids a contract, right? Because it shows them and proves to them that they're not as tough as they think they are. They can't fight as good as they think they can fight. You know, there's always somebody out there that might have the edge on you. So it humbles you. Boxing is one of the most humbling sports out there, man.
Especially when you take one of them straight right hands.
Yeah, I done seen some of the roughest, toughest so-called guys here in Baltimore City, man. They come in that damn gym.
They go to the
I don't need no training. Man, you put a kid in there that's smaller than them, that know how to box, beat the crap out of them. Man, take these gloves off me, right?
That's
Then they
what happened to George Foreman.
yeah, look, then they disappear, right? Then you might see them on the street. Hey, man, what happened to you? When you coming back? Man, I'm working now. Man, man, I'm in school. Man, I'm in training, you know. Anything but to come back in that damn gym and get that ass whipped.
Then whip some sense into him.
You might think
You might, Coach Marvin.
you put that little fucker in the ring if he knows how to use hands, bro. The big guy's gonna leave the same day.
Yeah.
He's gonna be embarrassed. He's gonna be embarrassed at the same time that the little guy kicked his ass.
Yep. Boxing is one of the most humbling sports out there, man. It will show you where you think you are.
After one of them days with Coach Marvin, man, Coach Marvin done made more doctors and lawyers and scientists than anybody. They came to the gym on Monday, and education became the most important thing on Tuesday.
Because all of y'all, look, I tell them, all y'all ain't gonna be boxers, man. You know.
No.
So,
I gotta go. I gotta go to school. I can't go to the gym. I gotta go to school.
Yeah. No, I also shop in my gym. I'm gonna teach the kids how to cut hair too, just in case. Just in case. Always gotta be a just in case, man.
Hey, in prison, man, they used to always have critics about who gonna win the fights when we got matches and stuff. They used to bring Army dudes in there and different people in there to spar and stuff. So they used to always be critics. And then when you ask them to get in there, right, they got a cold that week. They sprung their ankle on the basketball court. My wrist messed up. Man, you had every excuse in the world, man. So I got the utmost respect for anybody who climbed through them ropes, man, and lace them up, man, because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, have opinions, man, but
it takes
a certain type of mentality to get in there, man, and to keep getting in there, you know.
Hey, Banky, can you tell the panel about my guy that was fighting in prison, man, that could have went pro as a heavyweight? Can you tell the panel?
Oh yeah, man.
Banky did 33 years in prison, y'all. 33 years, came back out and got successful, man. So salute to him, man.
Hey, they had a dude in there that did fight pro, man. They had a couple of dudes. I'm trying to think of
I'm talking about the heavyweight. What's his name?
You talking about Champagne?
Nah. I'm
talking about the Muslim heavyweight, right? I'm trying to think his name on the top of my tongue, but he actually
no, I'm talking about one of the baddest ones in the prison. What's his name?
You talking about Sam Pitts?
Yeah, tell him about Sam.
Oh yeah.
Pitts,
hey, listen. Sam Pitts was a physical specimen, man. I don't know if he Googleable or what, right? Because he was in prison so long. But man, the dude was 6'4", about 240. And he was an animal, man, and that's the only thing he loved was gambling and boxing. And he was one of the only dudes. I was in prison in Virginia. I'm from DC, but I was in Virginia prison. He was one of the only dudes when we had the traveling boxing team that could go up in Lorton and come out with a victory. Everybody else, Lorton was smoking jokers, you know. But Sam go up in there, he come out with a victory, man. The dude, man, he looked like one of them old gladiators. He had them big old traps and he work out all the time. He had a naughty afro, naughty beard. But man, he had, you know, y'all coaches in here, y'all know what I'm talking about. He had like them heavy hands, man, like Sonny Liston, man. He had them thick old hands like dope fiends, man. He hit so hard. He was punishing dudes, man, and they actually was trying to get him out of prison, but his prison record was so vicious because whatever you think about in prison, he did it. You know what I'm saying? Took life and everything else. But they actually had what's my man named Lou Duva them and Angelo Dundee. All them people had looked into him trying to get him out, but they won't gonna let him out, man. He eventually died in prison, man. He did over almost 50 years. They wouldn't let him go. His body was so strong from working out so much, man. He was such a physical specimen. I don't know how much y'all know about lupus, but he got diagnosed with lupus. And most people get diagnosed with lupus, man. They die within, a couple of years because it's just a vicious disease. Man, this man lived with lupus for over 20-some years. He lost fingers, toes, teeth, whittled all the way down to like 100 pounds, walking on a cane. That's how strong his will was to live, man. But in his time, he was a bad dude, man. I believe he could have seriously been a heavyweight champion, man. He just was that vicious, man.
Yeah, this guy named Timothy Poole. You ever heard of Timothy Poole?
Who?
A guy named Timothy Poole.
Yeah.
Penitentiary. Yeah.
He
was a great
it's another dude that came out of Lawton prison and became a champion too.
Yeah.
What's the dude you're talking about who Angelo Dundee and tried to get out of prison? What was his name again?
His name was Sam Pitts.
Sam Pitts.
And I was locked up. And I was locked up with another dude, but I know his Muslim name. I don't know his real name, but he actually fought pro. Yeah, he actually fought pro, and he fought Michael Spinks before, man.
Yeah, the Wild World of Sports.
All right.
Huh?
When they had fights in the prison.
Oh yeah, that was James.
When I was in
James
Virginia prison, man, we used to have, when I first went in, I went in 87. They had a traveling boxing team, man. We used to go from prison to prison, fighting other institutions, and they had an army base up here that had dudes, they used to box in the army. They used to bring them in there to spar and stuff like that too. So it was going good, man. I mean, I went in 87. They finally cut it all out probably, and man, all the way up to probably
they stopped it because of AIDS.
And Virginia, they stopped it because of the violence. Because, like I say, we went to different prisons, so they had it was the cost of and all of that too, the medical bills. But we went to a institution one time, and the dude had a beef with a dude on that institution. He was in the ring. It was something that had happened with that dude and another dude's brother, and he jumped in the ring and stabbed the dude. Dude lost his eye, so that caused a lot of lawsuits and stuff like that. That gave him a reason. In prison, all they need is a reason to take something for you. So they took it for a while. In
the 70s, you guys remember James Scott, right? I mean, Rahway State Prison. It was was spectacular. I mean, it was amazing. There was a prison inmate, but then James Scott lost, and the fucking corporate America lost interest, and pretty soon, no more boxing in prison. It's all fucked up. I mean, it was a huge thing, man. James Scott pretty much was the face of boxing in prison. Who was it who beat him?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful in Virginia for a while. It was beautiful, man, because it was the first time I ever been locked up, but I had been in the boxing before I got locked up. So when I got in there and found out I could do that, it just consumed me, man. That's what I did every day, man. I woke up, I trained, I ran, I worked out. That kept my mind off a whole lot of the other foolishness, So it was a beautiful thing, man. But they had a couple of dudes in there, man, that got out, went pro, did some good things. Like that heavyweight dude, his name was Najee, was his Muslim name, but he was pretty good, man. He had a pretty good heavyweight record and everything, man. I think something like 17-2. But one of the losses he had was against Michael Spinks, So and he fared well. I think they stopped the fight on the cut. But you had a couple of dudes that came through there that did real good, man. Some dudes was there, got out, went and turned pro. You seen them. We watched them on ESPN fighting and stuff when they used to show fights on ESPN, Friday night fights and stuff like that. Joker was in there with us, and he out there fighting, man. So it was a good thing, man. But don't nothing last in prison too long, except for your sentence.
To answer the question, it was Jerry the Bull Martin that went in Rahway and beat James Scott.
Jerry the Bull Martin, yep. And then
and you know what's his name? He came out of Raw way too. What's my man name? Did Denzel play? He came out of Raw way prison.
Carter. Hurricane
Carter.
Yeah, Reuben Carter.
Reuben Carter.
And you know, and we all know Bernard did some time.
Yeah.
Hey, James Scott came home though and fought, didn't he?
Hey, you know,
I don't think James Scott never came home.
Didn't Jerry the Bull Martin get a shot at Michael Spinks? Didn't he get a title shot? Or was it? Or did he get a shot with Matthew Saad Muhammad? I know Saad Muhammad was 2 times. Yeah.
It was a dude in Lawton. It was a dude in Lawton that got out and became a champion, man. He won one of the belts, man. I can't think his name. He was in Lawton though.
Yeah, well, you know who's in there in jail now? The Black Rhino. He's over there in Angola, man. Serving life.
The one that it begin with an I.
Etne. He fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he came home and went
back. Clifford Etne.
Yeah, exactly. He's in prison now, man. I talked to his mother recently. I talked to him also, man. And they're trying to get him out. Man.
He was living in New Orleans, wasn't he? Around that area.
Exactly.
They say what's the name got a good amount of time, man. The dude that stopped Bernard run, man. What his name was? The Taylor boy.
Taylor.
Yeah, he got a decent amount of time too. He did something crazy, got locked up. And we already, and I don't know if y'all know, Michael Nunn did like 20 years.
Yeah, he home now.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Fletcher did 28.
He did 28.
Anthony Two Guns Fletcher, Frank the Animal Fletcher's brother.
That's a good name. Two Guns.
Anthony Fletcher just was released. And he's
2 years ago, I spoke to him.
He's doing announcing.
Gross. You ever heard of Reggie Gross?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Reggie was a killer, bro.
Yeah, he fought Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I talk to him every now and then.
Yeah.
He fought Razor brother too.
I think Calvin was bitten with him, wasn't he?
Reggie Gross was the first one to beat Burt Cooper.
Yeah, but I think Calvin bit with him.
Well, they was in the same situation.
Okay. Okay.
2 world champions was locked up down here with me too, but both of them was on the institution that I was on after I left. One of them I just barely missed, and that was Pernell Whitaker. He had to do a little short bit. Their prison had a flood, and they brought them all to the prison that I was in, but they put them all in the gym, so he was there. And the first dude that knocked out Lennox Lewis, he did about 3 years in the same joint I was in. He was teaching dudes how to box in there. He had some big old hands too.
Oliver McCall,
man. Yeah,
he looks so bad now, man.
Yeah, he was in Mecklenburg. Man. Mecklenburg used to be the prison down here. At the time, it was the worst one. That's where they had all the death row people. But he right close from here. He was like from Roanoke or something. But he did like 3 years on the joint.
Yeah, when I was an amateur, we used to come to the penitentiary and spar with the inmates.
Yeah, that's what they was doing down here.
Yeah, I went to Norton a couple of times too, and sparred some of the inmates.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Matter of fact, look, we was coming out, right? So the guy was saying, one of the guys said, you from the other side, right? I said, yeah. So he said, you got to come with me, right? I said, no, I ain't from that side. I'm from the outside.
That's why they used to stand hand and put
don't get that twist.
They used to stand hand and put ribbon on.
Come with me, man. He said, you from the other side, right? I said, yeah. I said, no, but I'm from the outside. You know, I'm not in here.
I ain't gonna lie though, man. When they used to bring the army dudes in there and the amateurs in there, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. We used to give them the business, man, because it's like we ain't had nothing else to do.
Well, the guy
We
that I
train
worked
all
out,
day,
I
man.
broke his
I used to
ribs.
work out 4 times a day when I was fighting, man. I wake up, work out, take a shower, lay down, go to lunch, work out, go out in the evening, work out at night. We ain't had nothing else to do. Plus, if you get in the ring and you get whooped, man, everybody down on you. Man, they laughing, they joking, and man, and then it got to the point where they would film the fights and then they would put them on the video in the visiting room on the weekend.
Hey, look,
On the weekend, it be in the visiting room. You get a visitor
with the guy
on the screen, man.
that
You ain't nobody going in there and let the kids watch that, man.
I plugged this back up in the middle.
Hey, brother George, I want to ask you the question of the topic today, man. We were listening to what Clarissa Shields said this weekend, and she was saying how boxers are not respecting trainers like they used to, and that, you know, a trainer might tell a boxer, "Hey, I need you to run 3 miles," and the trainer, the boxer, be like, "Nah, I'm just gonna do 1," or this or that, or they, you know, they're just not giving respect. Do you see that, or what do you think, man?
You got to look at it on a case-by-case basis. And historically, if you look at the relationship that fighters have with their trainers, like Jack Blackburn and Joe Louis, it was a relationship based on respect. But today, maybe you had them back then, but I think boxers have too many options. And I think a lot of trainers aren't respected because, number one, great percent of them are con men. They don't know anything about boxing. I mean, I look at Philadelphia. We have gyms filled with coaches who, one, never boxed a day in their lives.
Yeah.
Never apprentice under a great trainer to learn their craft. I don't say you have to box to be a great trainer, but at least spend some time learning the craft like people do in the trade industry. And you have a lot of common in boxing. So for me, it's an individual case-by-case basis. I would never paint a broad brush because the reality is I train fighters, my coach train fighters, and if I'm not respected, I respect the fighters, number one. I don't yell, I don't scream. We have a very respectful relationship, but if you don't want me, go let somebody else train you. I will never let anybody scream at me, disrespect me, won't listen, won't train. Let somebody else train. So as much as it happens, and I've seen it happen in the gym, I so much don't blame the fighters, I blame the trainers. Because the reality is if somebody's disrespectful towards you and won't listen and don't have mutual respect, why are you training them? But then we have a lot of trainers, when the fighters start making money, they turn into yes men. Yes, no, they become basically puppet because they're scared of losing.
You fighting at 130 on 14th,
money.
You know that.
So that's what happens. I don't blame the fighters, I blame the trainers. Because if you really believe you have something to give it, it's going to be a relationship based on mutual respect. Really. So I blame the trainers. I mean, I've seen trainers, even in Philadelphia, the fighters start making money when they were hard on the fighter, when the fighter was up and coming. Now they're a puppet because they're scared to lose their 10%. My reality is you can take your money anytime.
40, 41. You was always 30.
You know, you mentioned Jack Blackburn. You know where Jack Blackburn came from? You know where Jack Blackburn came from, don't you? I'll tell you, Jack Blackburn did 4 years on manslaughter. He was also under indictment for another shooting. He had all kind of trouble going with him, but he had a special bond with Joe Louis. And nobody could get near Jack Blackburn. The press couldn't talk to Jack Blackburn. Fucking other fighters couldn't talk to Jack Blackburn. That was a special bond. And that's what fighters need today with their coaches, with their trainers, bro. They gotta have that special bond. They have to trust them like Joe Louis trusted Jack Blackburn. You know, I mean, it's what we're talking about today. The trainers of the past, how they relate to the trainers of today. And when we're fortunate, we got 2 trainers in here, maybe 3 from trainers of today, bro. And they're the kind of trainers we like to see. They're not of they're of the old school. they bond with their students, bro. I mean, it's they're not there for a season. They're there for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I see too many trainers. I'm in Philadelphia. I see too many trainers that turn into puppets and yes men because they're scared to lose their 10%. But I agree with you. Jack Blunt was a special relationship. I spent time with Eddie Futch. You didn't disrespect Eddie Futch. I've seen fighters, even amateurs, screaming at their trainers and yelling. I'm saying, why are you training this kid? If you have that type of disrespectful relationship, you don't need to be training that kid. Or even the pros. I see fighters don't listen because I blame the trainers. Too many. Number one, a lot of trainers don't have anything to contribute besides being a cheerleader. Number two, a lot of them get so scared of losing their 10% or whatever that they become yes men as soon as the fighters start making some money.
Yes, sir. They should Romeo from Facebook out there.
It's the same. It's the same in all sports, though. I know nobody here think that the coach is telling LeBron James what to do. You know, so it's universal. It just can't be applied to boxing. It's applied to all of them.
I'm not saying it's just boxing. I'm saying if you get disrespected one time, it's the person's issue. If it continues to happen, it's your fault. But a lot of trainers in boxing are just scared. They become yes men, right? And that's just the reality. I believe in mutual. I had a trainer, Charles Rainey, right? The most respectful person on God's planet, right? The old man was very firm, just like my father. Never yelled, but he'll deliver his message. I would never think of respecting that man. To this day, he's still, most people don't know he's not my dad. But I've never, the first fight, and I'll say this, the first fighter to even raise his voice at him, right? The old man wouldn't take it. He yelled. He basically told him, and that fight ended up leaving and left for 6 years and came back 6 years later to fight Terrence Crawford. And I won't mention the name, but you never disrespected the old man. You just don't. It just, number one, he's a big guy. Number two, he was always respectful of us fighters. Always give respect. I was 15 years old. Treated us like men, but he was very firm like my dad. And you don't yell at him and stuff like that. But that's the type of training I'm accustomed to, old school.
Let me ask you a question. I got one question for you all. How do you feel about trainers that never fought before?
Question is just like this. How do I feel about a tradesman who never went to trade school? How did he learn his craft? Did he learn to be a carpenter under somebody where he apprenticed, even though he didn't go to trade school? That's the way I feel. But you have, in this sport, a lot of trainers who throw a towel over their shoulder and yell because kids don't know anything. I'm not saying every trainer. There are a lot of trainers who box who are excellent trainers. There are a lot of trainers who box who can't train because they don't know how to teach. There's also some trainers who apprentice under great trainers and learn their craft, even though they never had an amateur or pro fight. So it varies. But then there are a lot of charlatans in the boxing gym who throw a towel over their shoulder, don't know a left hook from a fish hook, and go in there and start yelling. But even despite those guys, the human spirit to learn still happen because some of those guys who don't know how to teach a fighter how to jab or block a jab, sometimes they turn out really good fighters. So it varies.
Well, see, they're getting smart enough to learn from somebody who they're fighting. Because they might see something the way they can put it in there.
Yeah, there's some noise going on. Who's chomping on something up there, man? It sounds like some rats are chewing through your computer screen.
I'm not sure who that is. I hear it too. But.
I think I don't think, I mean, you know, me personally, I don't think that you actually had to box to be a trainer, just as you ain't had to, you know, play basketball to be an NBA coach. I think it's how much you know about the sport. And when you really look at it, a lot of these trainers that used to box, most of their career weren't that good, but they turn out great fighters because they know the game, they know the sports. They may not have had the physical talent or the attributes to do what they wanted to do, but they know the game. I think the more knowledgeable
teach the
you
basics.
are, is what qualifies you to coach or to teach. Your knowledge, not what you know what I'm saying, not what you done did. I think it's your knowledge. You could get knowledge in a lot of other ways than just getting in there and doing it yourself. Like Venus and Serena. They daddy ain't never know nothing about tennis, but he went and picked up a book and learned about tennis. He taught them, and they became the best in the world. I don't think Tiger Woods' daddy played professional golf, so I don't think that really. I think it's like you say, it might be on an individual basis. It just depends on how much knowledge you have of the sport.
But there was always somebody around that did the sport that gave them information too.
Yeah, but you learn from people. You can learn from studying. You can learn. They could have been a person that was in the gym that watched boxing, that studied boxing, that read about boxing, that know the ins and outs, that got that eye. They might just got that eye. You know what I'm saying? And they can see these things, and then they're able to teach. Some people's are teachers, some people's are doers.
But I will say this though, boxing has reached an all-time low as far as learning, and I'm speaking from Philadelphia as far as learning. And one of the greatest contributing factor is that there are a lot of people in the gym who never boxed, who never learned or apprenticed and spent their time under somebody learning the sport. They just picked up just went online, got their USA certification, and now they're training their son, or they show up at the gym pretending they're training.
Right.
There are a great percentage. Philly is so filled with those. It's unbelievable. Back in the day, you went into gyms. The gyms were filled with a lot of old guys who box or who carried a bucket and learned on their trainer, and really learned the sport and had a lot to teach. But you have everybody now training their son, and they're not even listening.
Yeah.
Or they go to a rec center and they're becoming a trainer because I could have gotten my USA certification when I was in the 4th grade. It's a real easy test. Answer the question, fill out the information. Now you have a book. You go to Say Sport, you do that. Now you're a trainer. Really?
Well, I was taught by the old school. The one I'm saying from the 30s on up to the 60s. That's what it was. The guys that work with me, one guy that trained me name was Jimmy McAllister. Back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, Larry Middleton. Back in the 60s and 70s.
Middleton.
So yeah, Larry Middleton. He was one of my trainers, and Jimmy McAllister. Jimmy McAllister on record that forced Willie Pep to a draw. You can check the record too. You'll see it.
What was Larry was a welterweight, wasn't he?
Larry Middleton was a heavyweight. He was a heavyweight contender.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Before King Boyd, before Jerry Quarry, before most of the guys. Bob Mackin over in England. I think he beat him over there.
67.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
So I had,
but like my brother was saying, bro. I mean, you don't have no USA license, and you've been training for years, and your fighters have that respect in you. That's worth way more than a license. And why do you think these guys get that license? Just so they can train their kids?
So they can legitimize themselves. And all you have to do is tell a parent that I'm USA boxing certified.
And take a test.
I can teach a 3rd grader how to pass that exam. But I gotta say this, man. The guy, Jimmy Arthur, one of the greatest trainers. My trainer, he learned under Jack Blackburn. My trainer was taught by Jimmy Arthur. And when I stopped competing as an amateur, I didn't start training fighters. I went to the old man, my trainer, and asked if I could assist him and learn under him, because there's certain nuances you get from the old school guy. I didn't want to hop in there and go,
there you go.
I said, let me learn under you and just follow you around, work the corners and the amateurs and the pro fights.
I
But
think
you
it should
have
be.
trainers
I think
getting
it
the
should be
book
an
now,
old guy.
and
Old.
they just hop in the gym, and they're
There's always
trainers, and they tell everybody, I'm USA boxing certified.
I think it should always be an old guy in the corner, man.
most of the time it is.
Yeah, you need that wisdom in your corner that they seen everything, man. It ain't nothing new to them. They got that eagle's eye, and they can tell you what you're missing, man. You need that sometimes, man.
Yeah, tell that guy to put his hand up. Tell that guy to
But you know, Jay, it's ironic you mentioned that. It's so good having somebody. We had an old gentleman, Mr. Raymond Munson, who worked with Sean Liston, and one of the fighters we had was Willie the Gladiator Gibbs, right? And it was just fun traveling with him on the road and just having him in the corner in the gym. God, this old man knew so much, right? That he could relate. You get my point? Just the knowledge of what happened here. It was like tapping into encyclopedia, because he had experienced so much being on the road with Sonny Liston and being in all the gyms in Philadelphia, that he really had a lot of wisdom. And we lost a lot when he passed away and was no longer in the gym.
Yeah. I think it's important to have that wisdom. And that's why I like bringing you all on, man, so people can still get that download now, man, because it's a lot of information that's being misconstrued and everything, man. And that's why I started this 50 and over thing, man. One of the brothers said, Jay, you should do that. And when I really thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I should, man. So shout out to my guy, William Old School, man. He's the one that was like, yo, you should do that, man. And I'm so damn glad. Let me tell you something. I put a clip up this last week of one of the old timers show, man. And trust me, man, it kicked off, man. Especially a lot of people were talking about what Bernard said. A lot of people talking about what George said and everything. So it really started a lot of controversy. And a lot of people say, I need part 2 to that. I need part 2 to that. Where we were talking about the forbiddenness in boxing, where brother Umar said something to the effect that now that the blacks are in charge right now and we're running boxing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now they say people have problems with that. So it did stir up a lot of controversy, y'all, for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, it was the truth.
That's where the ball bounced.
What do you think about that, George?
Now, I think it's great, man, that we can have a forum where people discuss things that sometimes are controversial, or say what you really feel, and you're challenged by your peers. So I think the forum is really great, because there's a lot of things happening in boxing, and all I wanted to say was there are a lot of great fights out there, and for whatever reason we're not seeing them, even though those fights will make a lot of money both for the fighters and their camps. But there are a lot of fights I want to see the fight. I was happy that I got to see Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, two of the fighters that I love and admire, and I just thought they were great. It was great we saw that fight. I want to see Shakur versus Tank. I want to see Haney and all those guys fight while they're still young and in their prime. But for some reason, we're not getting those fights. And people say, well, it's the money. The money's there. They can make a lot of money. So we're not seeing them. And when time passes by, I'm going to be sitting here reminiscing about Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard versus Hagler. And I didn't see the great fights with these young fighters who are really, really good fighters and have world titles. I just want to see them fight. Benavidez versus Canelo. I want to see that fight.
Yeah. Thomas Hill said, Jay, ask them about.
Today, I watched the Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard old fight today.
Jay, ask them about the seasoning in the ring, their old school training, and the importance of the nuances of yesteryear boxers in today's ring. should there always be that presence in the camp? And that's what we were just talking about, having the old school in the corner, man.
Yeah, I think it's always old school guy in the corner. Nobody talking about. You can be old and
the Chop Shop said, I think that boxing has reached an all-time low because a lot of the top guys are scared to take the risks. I think that's killing the sport because we aren't getting the big fights consistently.
well, they should have been back there during the time when the other people that were in charge of it and wasn't fighting the black guy that could possibly beat them. You know what I'm saying? Things change hands, man. You know,
Yeah.
we see a lot of black boxers are on top right now, you know, and the things that's going on that was happening back then when they
I don't
were
know
in control.
what that noise is, man. We're going to have to find it out because we only get it when we do this show.
Somebody's phone.
Somebody got that kitchen magician phone, man. Who on that Obama phone, man?
It ain't mine. I'm checking mine now. Definitely mine.
Okay, I got a question, y'all, and it's one of those taboo questions. Do y'all think referees be on the take, man? Because we've been seeing a lot of suspect stuff going on in this ring, man. What do y'all think, man? Do y'all think the refs are getting paid sometime?
That's hard to say.
What do you say, brother Umar? I didn't hear that.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to say, you know, but it would make you think that it was. But you know, it's kind of because a lot of times they especially in the main fight, the championship fights, they have to agree on the ref that's going to be in it.
I tell you what, y'all, one at a time, man. Everybody, one at a time, mute yourself. Kenny, can you mute yourself right now, real quick?
Hold up.
It got a little quiet that time. I still hear it a little bit. All right. Brother Umar, can you hit your mic, mute your mic real quick? Whoa. Okay, it's still there. It's still there. I'm a mute mine next.
That's your mic.
It's almost like it's fucking with us, man.
Yeah, that might be you, Jay.
That's you, Jay.
Oh, you muted now, yeah, so it ain't you. Somebody popping popcorn, man. It keep be circling down the bottom. Is somebody else in here, like in the screen that you can't see?
How many people on here? 7?
7 people.
Look at that block up under me. It's a block that keeps circling right up under my picture.
Yeah, but he muted.
Oh, okay.
But hey George, hit yours real quick. Okay, he already muted. Okay. Bruce. Okay, testing.
I'm on.
Oh no, Bank. That might be you, boy.
I'm muted.
No, I hear you. I just heard you say I'm muted.
Okay,
It's you, Bank. It's you, Banky. It's you, bro. It's you. It's you. Yeah, there we go. We found the corporate right there, man. It was Banky, man. There we go. There we go. Maybe he'll come back in and give us a better, man. But yeah, man, when you look at these referees sometimes, man, we're starting to see something that looks kind of crazy to me, man. And I really think that I don't know, seem like some of them on the take to me, man. I know that ain't the conversation people want to have, you know, but
the referee. Don't both of the fighters have to agree to the referee, especially when it's in a championship fight?
No. Sometimes the referee could work for an individual company, and whoever the main event fighter picked for the ref, that's who it's going to be.
Right. And I don't think that the promoter should be able to pick the ref, man. I don't think that's cool. What do y'all think about that?
I think that we can't prove that referees been paid off, but we're dealing with more money now than we ever have in the game of boxing. We've seen some unbelievably fucked up stoppages, especially with the referee Tony Weeks.
You never know when somebody getting paid behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Witnesses, but shit happens, man. And on that level, man, I've seen some wicked shit. But you know, it is what it is. That's why you got.
You look at somebody, you say, no, they could never be bought, and then they got a fucking envelope in their back pocket, you know. So this is the world.
You see some wicked shit, man. Should be crazy.
Hey, Coach Kenny, we got a super chat that's asking, are we ever going to get Tank versus Devin?
I'm sure the fight will happen one day, but I doubt if it happened in 24.
Why?
Tank don't need him.
Tank don't need him, and if you know, they don't dictate what Tank gonna make. Tank the face of boxing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't giving Tank nothing.
Yeah, Tank don't need him at all, man.
Look, the last offer was $20 million. Fuck, Ryan made more than that fighting Tank. So you know what Tank made. You want him to take a pay cut? Shit. I don't understand. Like I had a conversation with somebody a few weeks back, man. Look, double what you made. Be happy.
George, I know you got an opinion on that.
All I have to say is, everybody take us for a ride around the rhetorical ranch. We're not seeing the fights we need to see. The money's there. People saying we don't need this or we don't need that. Okay, well, 10 years from now or 20 years from now, we're going to be saying we didn't see it. So I tell people, lead your life the way you see fit, right? But these are the fights you want to see, and people have all these excuses why we can't make the fight. But if they wanted that, if the fighters wanted that fight to happen, it would happen. Ray Leonard wanted to fight Tommy Hearns. He was 25 years old, right? The face of boxing. Tommy Hearns wanted to fight Ray Leonard. The fight happened. And everybody's going, this guy's the face of boxing. I don't know that definition.
Aaron Pryor wanted to fight Ray Leonard. It never happened. Right? I said Aaron Pryor wanted to fight Ray Leonard. It never happened.
Nah, that fight was signed do your research. That fight was signed and Ray Leonard got a detached retina, and that's why it never happened. That fight was going to happen.
He come back and forth since then.
But brother, I don't know what position 3 years later he came back. But if you look at that fight was going to happen, him and Aaron Pryor.
That fight was signed with a manager by the name of Buddy De La Rosa. Had no authority to sign a contract, which he signed. And when Aaron Pryor found out about it, he fired De La Rosa. The fight was never made. But it was signed. It was signed twice. It was signed a couple of times. It was signed once. In fact, the fight that replaced that was Aaron Pryor and Alexa Arguello. It was supposed to be Sugar Ray Leonard and Aaron Pryor at the Orange Bowl. But Aaron Pryor disputed the money contract. Like I said, his manager, Buddy De La Rosa, Cincinnati. Anybody knows the Cincinnati mob scene? this is one of the top G's out there, and that's the reason why that fight never happened. Aaron Pryor, like you said, he's another one who suffered from terrible eye damage, and he came back. He came back after retirement. He got knocked out for the first time in his career by Bobby Joe Young. And Aaron Pryor, he was one of the best. Could have been one of the best.
Hey, I hear everybody from when we be on here on the internet everywhere saying they gotta see Haney versus Tank. Tank gotta fight him. If Haney is that much of a draw, then why he just don't go fight some other people and get the money he think he gonna get?
Exactly.
Well, because they're two of the best fighters at the same division, man.
Tank to fight a cab driver and people won't show up. So Devin Haney should be able to fight a cab driver and people show up.
I just look at it like I like all them guys. I just said that the other day. I think the Ryan and Devin fight. I'd rather watch a Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight than watch Tank Davis fight Devin Haney. I think it's more even fight. When people say they want to see Devin and Tank fight, I mean, what makes that fight so appealing?
They want to see Tank knock Devin out.
Man. I want to see both fights. I want to see him fight Ryan, and I want to see him fight Devin Haney. I want to see both of those fights happen. Why not? Why not? You don't just have one fight and call it a career. These are doable fights.
When we talk about fights, every time you all talk about fights, we always have a reason why. I think everybody's giving great reasons why. You want to see Devin and Tank? I think it's Devin and Ryan. I think that's a real 50-50 fight. I like that fight. I want to see it. But Tank and Devin ain't no 50-50 fight. Tell me one reason why that becomes a mandatory must fight, because Bill asked for it.
No, it's a great fight based on the contrasting style. Tank is an explosive puncher. Can Devin Haney walk through a minefield for 12 rounds and come out victorious? It's intriguing.
What has Devin Haney done to make you even think that it's intriguing? He looked horrible against Gamboa.
My brother, the man is a two-division world champion. Listen, it's best if you come out and you say, you can't tell me the fact that I want to see it, and a lot of people that are in my circle want to see the fight, is based on Tank's accomplishment, very explosive. It is based on Devin's boxing ability. Can he be able to stay there for 12 rounds without getting caught by Gervonta Davis, who's a one-punch knockout artist? That's intriguing for me to see a man walk through a minefield. So
what you said was what I was asking about. You hit it right on the point. You said you're putting Tank's accomplishments versus Devin Haney's ability to
No, my brother. They're two world champions. They're two accomplished fighters. One has dynamite in both gloves. The other been able to outbox everybody. It's intriguing. Can this young man walk through a minefield for 36 minutes? That's intriguing. Everybody.
Can he make 135 and fight him at the weight class that he's going to fight him at? Can he make 35 again?
We want to see if a mouse can avoid a cat for 36 minutes.
My brother, if you believe Tank on, listen, and this is what I say. You believe Tank will stop Devin Haney. A lot of us believe otherwise. That's what makes it intriguing. That's why we
what weight are they going to fight at? Tank is a lightweight.
Tank is a former 140-pound champ, is he not?
Tank is a lightweight. He fights lightweight.
Let me ask the question. Is he a former junior welterweight champ? Yes or no?
Can I say something? After he fought that fight, Tank said it after the fight. I'm not a welterweight. I'm going back down 35.
My brother, all I'm asking, is he a former 140-pound champ? So he's proven that he can be 40 pounders.
But is he the one that dictate the money side? Is Tank that?
Can I say this?
He will fight him. He fight him at lightweight. That's his weight. Lightweight.
25 years from now, we'll be talking about why we didn't see the fight. And for all this reason, we not. All I want to do is see the fight. That's it. I don't care.
Well,
If
I don't
Don
think
King
you're gonna
was
see
in
that
charge of
fight.
both of them, we'd see this fight this year.
I don't think you're gonna see it.
We're not going to see it. So I've given up.
Do it make? How can we see it? Devin Haney shooting up to 165 pounds. How can you make that fight? Tank is 135 and 165. How?
Devin, last time I checked, Devin is the junior welterweight champ.
He ain't no more.
Last time I saw his fight, he was fighting at 140.
And last time you saw Tank, he was fighting at 135.
My brother, is he 140-pound champ? Did he
No,
win a
his
championship at
last fight
140?
was 135.
No, I'm asking the question again, gentlemen. You failed to answer it. Is he a former junior welterweight champion? Yes or no?
All right, let's do it like
no,
this.
I'm asking a question.
Tell Devin meet him at 40.
No, I'm asking a simple question, right?
If he was the
can I say something? The question I'm asking, and everybody's taking me for a ride around the rhetorical ranch, is Gervonta Davis a former 140-pound champion?
Yes, he's the 140 former.
Is he a former champion at 140?
Yes, he's a former 140-pound champion, but he campaigns at 35. So if you want to fight me that bad and you want that check, come back to 135. Nobody's answering that question. Everybody telling Tank to go up. Tell Devin go back to 35.
You and I know it's easier to go up than go back once you're
No,
we
can't use that in his favor when it makes Tank
sound like you're giving somebody sound like you're giving somebody. So the fight will never be made because Tank can't make 140 and Haney can't make 135. So let's move on.
Right. Let's go.
Move on. Tank can't make 140.
And that's where we at. And that's exactly where we at now.
Let's stop talking about it.
Eventually,
Tank,
it happens or it's not
He's
going
out
to
of his
happen.
weight class. We know Haney should not be fighting at 135. He's burning to muscle. He's been there since he won 16. I thought his pop was crazy for letting him stay there so long. He can't make 135. So Tank can't make 140. Haney can't make 135. Let's move on.
Who keep talking about it? Who keep talking about it?
It's brought up every time we're here. Let's blame AJ Hardcore for bringing it up. We talk about it every week because it's a fight people want to see.
No, I didn't bring it up. One of the people in the chat brought it up. They paid, and I asked the question.
Jay Hardcore, all I'm saying is, based on what we've heard here, Tank can't make 140. We know Haney is really burning into muscles trying to make 135. So the fight can't be made. So let's move on.
Haney can't make 140 neither.
Chewing on Devin coming to 47. I hope that same energy is there when they start saying that.
My brother, there's gonna come a time when he can't make 140. You got to move up. They're gonna come a time when Jerron Ennis. There's a time when Jerron Ennis won't be able to make 147. It might be this year, and he's gonna have to move up to 54. They're gonna be the same energy there, and there's gonna be a time he can't make 54. He's gonna have to move up to 160. We're gonna have the same energy. We don't back down.
Hey, brother George, the only thing I say is, for me personally, not nothing else. Me personally, when asked for the opportunity to share the ring with Tank, they gave us no problem, no headache, no conversation. They made it happen. And after that, Tank said, keep bringing them back. Every time we asked to share the ring with Devin Haney, we got all types of excuses. And on top of that, we didn't even talk about let's fight. We go for camp. We go to spa. That's my only thing. It's like,
and my brother, I'm not disagreeing with you because I'm not in the discussions. All I'm saying, I'm not in there with the nuances. I'm not talking to Bill Haney or talking to you guys. All I'm saying is unfortunate that a lot of fights we want, we probably will never get none. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
That's the history of boxing.
All I'm saying, we have these young champions who are very exciting, bring something to the table. One explosive in the boxing ability. They're wonderful, just like Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearn. I love both of them, or all of them, right? I just love to see these really exceptional fighters fight each other. And it doesn't look like we're going to see it. Thank God I still have Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard and Benitez and Hearns, or Benitez and Leonard, or Arguello and Pryor. Thank God we have those fights that I can go back tonight. I'll probably watch them again tonight.
Yeah, different era, different people.
Hey, can you guys imagine Thomas Hearns at welterweight with a fucking next day rehydration clause? I mean, he would be a fucking killer, bro. Fuck, man. I mean, he had to do same day weigh-ins, man. Imagine if he. I'm sorry, Floyd. Thomas Hearns would beat the fucking shit out of you, man. I mean, Thomas Hearns with 24 hours of rehydration. You know, boxing today is not like it was back in the day. So we're comparing apples to oranges, gentlemen.
Right.
I'm praying that we get some of the fights, man. I'm telling you, because we have some really great, exciting fighters out there. Explosive boxing, nuances.
But
We're just praying that we get some of these fights, because the money's there and the excitement is there.
5 pounds shouldn't make any difference to a great fighter. To make a great fight, to make millions of dollars, put food on his family's table, as we like to say today. And please the fans, carve his name in the legacy of boxing. So there's going to be our kids and our grandkids talking about this on panels 25, 30 years from now. But they have to fight each other. That's the bottom line. The best have to fight the best. And are we going to see that in this generation of fighters? I don't know.
And you just made an argument why I believe nobody's ever going to surpass Ray Robinson.
Oh, no.
Nobody. They won't even come close.
Right. Because back then, man, they fought like 5 times a week.
Well, Henry Armstrong, I think Henry Armstrong defended his welterweight title back in 1939, 6 times in the space of 30 days. 4 knockouts and 2 decisions. That will never happen on this planet again.
Right. Right.
Well, I just want to see some of the great fights with these young fighters. That's it. I'm a fan first.
What other fights would you like to see from some of the young fighters?
Tank and
Haney. I want to see Shakur and Tank. I just think that's intriguing. I would love to see that fight.
Did Shakur retire or he came back?
He back. He fighting in July.
He never retired. Just because the person say I'm retired doesn't mean he retired.
Why would he say it?
In any other fights you all would like to see? I heard Tank and Devin. I heard Tank and
Boots and Crawford, but I know that's not going to happen.
I'd like to see Canelo and Benavidez.
I want to see that one. That's not going to happen.
I tell you what, then give me Antoine Russell versus Sabrina Matisse.
Oh my God!
Gary Antoine Russell against Sabrina Matisse. Give me that one.
I like Matisse against anybody.
Hey, Jay, shouldn't you have Antoine at ringside for the Ryan and Devin fight, saying he should get the winner of that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
I would love to see that fight.
Hey.
Just disappear when you talk about either one of them winning and seeing Antoine. Everybody said, nah, that's all Tank. Nah, we want Tank. What about Antoine? He's right here too.
Thank God for these great matchmakers. Thank God for these great matchmakers, man. I'm telling you.
They ain't screaming that name. They ain't screaming Sabrina Matisse. I understand why they saying it. I'm with it. You go for the biggest bang for your buck, even when you're the B side or the A side. But that's a hell of an argument. But them two guys right there, even if Ryan and Devin, whatever the situation, whoever wins, we gonna see even one of them scream for Matisse or Antoine Russell.
I think for me, whoever wins that fight, I think Haney should unify the belt. I believe the goal of every champion should be to unify the belt, and I think he should take that fight.
What was your weight?
To unify the belt. Unify the belt.
like to see what I gotta say. I don't disagree with the fight between Trank and Devin. I just think it's so many other fights out there where back in the day you used to force the great fight by beat up everybody around you. I'm gonna beat everybody on the block up, and when there's nobody left, then it gotta be you and me. And if both fighters feel that way, if it's the 10 people on the block, they're gonna knock off 5 of them. At the end of the day, they the last 2 standing.
Well, you just made the point. The Tank Haney fight's not going to happen because you stated earlier that
Two different weight
Tank
class.
140 is too much for Tank, even though he won a championship there. He's under 35 pounds. Haney can't make 35 anymore.
That's
It's
his
obvious.
problem.
He can't make the weight. He's going to have to move up. He probably have to move up in 2 years or less than a year to 147. He can't make 135 anymore without seriously damaging his body. So that fight's not going to happen.
Well, I tell y'all what, y'all, it's been another great show. We've been cooking for about 2 hours now, man. And I appreciate, but I tell you what, we got to find out who is the corporate of this mess we got with this sound, man. But I tell you what, as each person,
can you have everybody go off one at a time?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say. I'm gonna start with Coach Kenny.
Love over hate. I'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Cool.
Hello?
Yeah.
Are we still hearing it? What we got?
I'll go next.
Okay. All righty.
Russ, it's the same thing we had last week. Bernard, when you talk,
go out.
It doesn't echo, but when your microphone's on and I talk, it will echo. See what I'm saying right now? There's no echo because Bernard's not here. When he's on here, there's something about his microphone. I think he needs earphones in there through his Bluetooth because
we're not hearing it. We're not hearing it at all now.
Exactly. In fact, when he's speaking, we don't hear it, but when he has his mic on and we're talking, for some reason we're all echoing, and that's
I thought it was him, so I kept muting him just in case. I wasn't sure.
I'm sure, bro.
All right. Well, there it is.
Come on back in here. Put them fucking earbuds in your ear. Let's get this show cooking, man. But hey, this was a great show, Jay. George, we had awesome time here, bro.
Thank you, man. Same here.
Peace,
appreciate y'all, man.
Take care, Jay. Thank you
until
again,
until next Sunday.
Yes, next Sunday.
All right, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to Bernard and see if we can get stuff straight with that. Y'all take it easy, brother. Salute. All right, man. I appreciate Lottie Dottie and everybody that showed up for another hardcore party, man. I apologize for the sound, man, and we're gonna get that together. Also, I want to say, man, that we ordered new Wi-Fi as well for my for myself, man. So we're gonna have better Wi-Fi. So that's going to be a good thing, and I'm looking forward to that, man. Hopefully that be up and running by Wednesday. We bought the best that they had, so hopefully things will be much better. That the bottom line, and I ain't got to keep borrowing from the neighbor's Wi-Fi, as y'all say. Other than that, man, this is your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News. Hey, if you have not smashed the appreciation button, please smash the appreciation button as you walk out the door, man. Or thumbs down if you didn't like it. That's fine too. It doesn't make a difference. All I'm asking for engagement. If you like the show, thumbs up. You don't like the show, thumbs down. That's fine with me. But do something, man. Especially if you done stayed in here the whole time, Jack. Smash that appreciation button. We really appreciate that. Without a doubt, man. Jay, can I use a clip in the show? Yeah, talk to me. Show me what you got, man. Without a doubt. And this show on Sundays, man, you got to be 50 and over. So if you're 50 and over, you don't even have to ask, man. You can just hit the link. But you got to be 50 and 0. You got to be 50 and 0. And like I said, if you do clip a show and everything, man, please give credit, man. We work too hard for this, for sure, man, without a doubt, man. But I appreciate everybody, man, that then came up in here, man. We're going to be right back at it tomorrow morning, man, for sure, man. If God wills me, I'll be up in this building again. I'm about to go upstairs and eat me some baked breasts, stuffed breasts, some spinach, and some rice, man. So that's what's going on, man. For sure, without a doubt, man. Other than that, man, it's your boy Jay Hardcore, Hardcore Boxing News. And I'm out of here.